All right, 26 says use the law of detachment to draw a conclusion from the two given statements. If not possible, write not possible. So for my law of detachment to work, we have to have a if-then statement. And then if my second statement matches the first half of my if-then, so if a, and in this case, we're going to rewrite it. So my first statement says I can go to a concert if I can afford to buy a ticket. So remember, we want the if part to come first. So if I can afford to buy a ticket, so let's just say if I can afford a ticket, then I can go to the concert. That is my if-then statement. Now, if my second statement matches the beginning of this, if it says, hey, I can afford a ticket, then I can assume the second half. But if it doesn't match, then it's not possible. So if I look up here, my second statement is I can go to a concert. Now that doesn't match my blue part, so this one's going to be not possible. My sentence would have to say something like I can afford to buy a ticket in order to be, in order to match the first part of my sentence, and in order for us to be able to use the law of detachment. 27 says use the law of syllogism to draw a conclusion from the two given statements. For this one, if I have one statement, so here's my first statement, if there is a storm, then there is thunder. And then my second statement says, if there is thunder, Lee's dog is under the bed. If the beginning of my second sentence and the end of my first sentence match, you can cancel them out. So we can get rid of them. Those two match, they're going away. And we're going to rewrite our statement as whatever's left. So if there is a storm, then Lee's dog is under the bed. And that is how we use the law of syllogism. Again, you have to have the end of your sentence matching the beginning of your first one. You can cross anything out that matches. 28 says use the law of syllogism to draw a conclusion from the two given statements. So if a number is a multiple of 64, then it is a multiple of 8. If a number is a multiple of 8, then it is a multiple of 2. So again, the end of the first sentence matches the beginning of the second one, so we're going to cross it out, and my statement's going to be whatever's left over. So if a number is a multiple of 64, then it is a multiple of 2. And that's my statement. 29 says use the law of detachment and the law of syllogism to draw a conclusion from the three given statements. So my first statement says if an elephant weighs more than 2,000 pounds, then it weighs more than Jill's car. If something weighs more than Jill's car, then it is too heavy for the bridge. So I have two statements. The end of my first one, and the beginning of the second one are the same. So we're going to cross those out. And we have if an elephant weighs more than 2,000 pounds, then it is too heavy for the bridge. Smiley the elephant weighs 2,150 pounds. So what do I know about Smiley? Well, he weighs more than 2,000 pounds. It matches the first one. So my answer is going to be Smiley is too heavy for the bridge. Ooh, I forgot no one too. And that's my final conclusion. Again, we used our law of syllogism first, then we used the law of detachment to determine our final conclusion. 30, if possible, use the law of detachment to draw a conclusion from the two given statements. Again, this is the one where we want the first half of our statements to match, and then we can assume our conclusion. So statement 1 says if x equals 4, then 9x minus 2 equals 34. My second statement says x equals 4, so these two match. So then I know that 9x minus 2 equals 34. And that would be my final conclusion. I don't need anything else. That's it. That's what we can assume, and you're good to go.